Okay, I'm working with deadlines. So you can be as spiritual as you want to be. If you don't do your shit, you're gonna drown again. And that's basically what my life has been about. Realizing what I need to do and then figuring out when I need to do it. This is my latest sketch. Reminds me a bit of Stromae. Well, he clearly lost himself. This would have been the attitude he would have needed, right? Now he's wearing braids. Right, so yeah. It's super nice. I had to clean again. Just keep it simple. I just made a fresh batch of tea. This time with mint decaffeinated Earl Grey tea for whatever purpose. Yeah, my life is still so empty that I have to actually take the camera to feel like something's happening. Okay, you see where this is gonna go, right? I have seen where this is going to go. And I'm doing it anyway, which is the message that I have. If you have a vision, and believe me, visions can be intense, then you have to find a way in which you can see yourself doing it. And I saw this way, or it's not so much that I saw it, it's more that it presented itself to me and I simply started living it. There was no time to ask a whole lot of questions. I just had to start, and then I had to continue because I seemed to like whatever was happening and wherever I could see this going. But the way it takes shape is always a mystery. And that's why it will remain a challenge. And you still have to see where your next entrance may be. You get what I'm saying, right? You want to be on the stage, and the stage is life. So the stage is not so much something that other people give you, it's something you just appear on. And that's why I can say the stage is the park. The stage is any street. And he who takes most the attention, simply because of what he represents, what he stands for, what he has learned, fills the room with his presence. And that's why you carry your meditation, all the way till the end, as long as you can manage. And I don't know how it then goes, right? If it just suddenly ends. If you I don't know, man. I cannot say. I cannot have all the answers. Okay, I need to make art, and I'm still in that stage where I appreciate waking up occasionally and drinking a coffee. I have not. This is not my daily routine anymore. Okay, so what is this one about? How is this one gonna be called? Well, that's a tough one. Right? Am I gonna be the guy who goes to the park and then people call him Frisbee just because he always says that? Frisbee, Frisbee, Frisbee? Or am I gonna say, hey, my name's Christopher, but you can play Frisbee if you want to? Because it's about respect. And I'm past the point where people can give nicknames to me. I don't have a nickname. I have an, also known as, perhaps, Barbarian Lunatic, but that's just one figment. I'm not the Barbarian Lunatic when I'm with my parents or something. I mean, I am actually. Sometimes I say, do you like darkness? Feel now it's less scary than it was yesterday. Do you enjoy living in darkness? I don't know, man, is that scary? You know, if it becomes your voice, you'll get used to it, trust me. If it becomes your voice, you'll get used to it, trust me. You know, you can make this into a performance if you want to. So you can pick whatever you like, and then you just keep going at it. You say, I want to test what I can do with my voice all along. I just have to break out into song. It just has to come out the way it wants. It just has to come out the way it wants. It just needs a little patience and a little bit of time, and then suddenly I break out into rhyme, and it just comes this way. It just goes into space and comes out as something, an experience perhaps. So you just write lots of rhymes, and then at one point you let go. I'm rhyming all day. Just this morning I woke up and I started walking around the apartment, and I had this line in my mind. It was like, hey, hey, baby, where are you? Okay, now I have to get it back. Hey, hey, baby, where are you gonna go? Hey, hey, baby, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go when you're done with doing what you thought you want to do, and then you do what you really want to do? I cannot maintain seriousness. I have this urge to do something. And sometimes I'm somewhere and people are sitting around eating cake, and then I go and collect the plates. So I like also cleaning, but not every day. So now I'm in this, okay, somebody actually stops masturbating. Now you have to keep yourself busy as much as you can until at some point there's nothing left and you just need to sleep. So less selfish pleasure and more sharing pleasure, and the less selfish pleasure there is, the more likely it would be for a woman to appear and then to share the pleasure. To share the pleasure. And I need to kick off into an art session. So what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Now you can turn this into Mamma Mia, right? You just take songs and then you just run around like, oh, I'm in love, I'm not in love, I want this guy, no, I want this guy. You know how hard it is for women to choose a man, and they always give in too easily. They want the thing, and then somebody comes and he's just there, and then suddenly it's like, oh, let's have sex, and then they realize, well, he wasn't it. Damn it, he wasn't it again, but you have to build this up. You don't just have children. There's people that maybe just have children, but then, everything has to be exactly. I made attempts, but it never worked. And so you said, okay, apparently in my case, I have to build it up. You know, why not others? Why can others watch porn and still have a child then? And why was it for me never like this? Well, I always was looking for strong women. And to get a strong woman pregnant means you have to be a strong man. So that's what I basically acknowledged at some point. You just have to really like... But I feel a bit like blah, blah. I use too many things. You know, now I drink a coffee to get somewhere where I could be if I would just, you know, do my movement, do my planks. But no, I'm lazy, I just want to make the art. I don't want to work hard to get to the point where I can make art. No, I just want to blast off into a coffee. Is that good? Well, is that where I'm stuck at? Is that where I'm stuck at? Well, apparently, it seems to be the case. But you have to work with that. You know, now I have this chocolate, I just want to eat it. Just want to stuff it into myself. But if it's gone, you know, it's like 58, 85% chocolate. I cannot even enjoy it. I'm just eating it like something. This is urging me to do something. And it's annoying. Really annoying. Okay. Coffee. First, the nutmeg. I mean, how much you need or want. So, let's say you know you actually like sex, you love sex, and you would like to practice tantra with a woman. Let's just assume that. I mean that it's just the ultimate challenge to get better at what you're doing. Some people never take the time to actually get better, because sex is also about the aesthetics. It's not just about like No, it's about holding your skills, hardening your body, making the energy flow, and then holding that meditative space as long as you can. It's also the build-up. Sex is not just about putting it in and then like, wiggling around in a woman like a little baby that needs something. No, that's how a lot of men have sex. They're just like, This is not what it's about, man. It's about slowing down. It's about gently stroking the face of your beloved. And, some men already know that. Such as I already knew that. And there were women who wanted more brutal stuff. But I always, as much as I like to go to the edge, I also know how to take the edge off. And so I know how to deal with angry women. Some men just start shouting, and I say I love you too. It's like the most infuriating thing. If a woman wants to pick a fight and you're just like all soothing calm. You don't even get why. You just realize that this apparently is like a skill you have. You just remain super calm in the storm. And you already did that as a child. But you don't even know why. You don't know why. Because it's not something your parents taught you, you just do it. And then nobody can pride themselves. Because everything I'm doing, I just taught myself, basically. So, if you start learning from other people's mistakes, instead of copying them, you can actually have a really chilled life, to a certain degree. But that only works, of course, in this materialistic world. I mean, the Viking Age was about spirit, and then people kind of lost that, and now they're trapped in being fake material people. You know, the only true times you'll ever find are times of spirit, where people are aware that there's spirit in a tree, where people are aware that, you know, I don't know why this actually helps. Why does cardamom help? Is it just my imagination? Well, clearly, I think not. Why do spices work? Well, let's just say you have they activate certain energy centers in your body, which is why it's so important to be specific to yourself, to always have the individual needs in a room. It's like you're somewhere at a party and you're trying to do the best that you can. It could be like a birthday party. You know, I stopped giving presents to people. I'm the present. You get what I'm saying, right? Because I carry the meditation into their space, which is something that few people actually have the time to learn. Well, I took the time, I wanted the time, and time was given. And I also said I need the time because I realized I seem to know something that other people fail to see, because they're too busy, you know, chopping down trees with chainsaws. Yeah, and then they give toy chainsaws to their children so that they can do the same thing. You know, this is how the industry propagates its beliefs into the minds of children that had no idea. And it's like parents trying to use their children, you know, to live the life that they think is worth living. You know, like driving around in cars. And then they try to hone the child and manipulate it into following them. But where are they going? You know, their life seems to be a dead end. And then comes the mad uncle, and he's like, hey, why is he barefoot? Because, and then they'll say stuff like, he's a bit special. And if they respect you, they say, because he knows how to withstand pressure. But if you know how to withstand pressure, then you take responsibility. And that's how life presses you into shape. So it's not... No, I did not only have teachings from my father, there were other people. And so, you know, just as there were other people to me that I learned things from, all kinds of people, because I listened and I observed. There were also, you know, people I had an impact on, clearly. But if somebody tries to act like he knows everything, you know, sometimes I show him a little of what I've learned, and then they have to be like, damn it, I thought my car was making me look good, but now see it that, you know, look at this guy move. Why can he move like this? Well, because he's moving a lot. And this could be this is green cardamom, in case you... Yesterday I feel like I've been given the hint to do things with... And sometimes I also try to tell people that they could do it, but then they, you know, try to push it off onto me. Or maybe I'm trying to push it off onto them. And then they just lose interest. So they just don't get it. Because they could do it if they just take the time. And maybe people still feel like there is no time, but this is just such bullshit. Oh, damn it. It's super hard to do everything at once. Because now I'm doing this so that I can post on Instagram. But of course, everything I post on Instagram also feeds my YouTube channel. But now I have a folder with more than 300 images. I still have to read an 800-page book. and I have to take the time, actively take the time and do it. Now, could be like a coffee spice, but I'm doing it like this, and I'm mixing it myself. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of ground ginger, which has a completely different taste. Yeah, I don't want to put too much, but a bit is okay. You could add cinnamon, of course, but this is it for me. Green cardamom, nutmeg and ginger, ground ginger.
And in between, a little bit of chocolate.
So sometimes, imagine this position. Somebody calls you, you have no time. Then you say, I have no time right now, or we can talk another time. And then you make an appointment. And some people make appointments then and then they dread it. If you make an appointment and you prepare yourself so that, right, when it comes to the appointment, that you're actually ready. Okay? So if you accept something, then you have to be the best version of yourself that you can be when it comes about. Sometimes you have an actual date where you can say, okay, I'm going to prepare myself. Sometimes you just have, time, but you don't know how much. There's no calendar you can follow, just your feeling. And your feeling says, do this, do that. And then you try to do the best that you can. And that's basically what I'm going on about. It's Zen, it's an intuition, it's a feeling. I sometimes don't like doing these things. And why don't I like them? Well, sometimes I don't like doing these things because it's hard work. Standing behind the computer and making art is hard work. And because it's hard work, I still in a way like it because it's a challenge. And now yesterday I ate a bit of cake, but I ate no meat. Because I asked, it was a birthday. And even family you cannot trust. Because I asked what animal it was from, and he refused to give me a proper answer. I asked him, is it pig or beef? And he said, it's probably beef. But he knew that it was pig or pork. And then I asked later, again, and then my sister-in-law told me. But my own brother lied to me on purpose. So I have a lot of people in my life who know something, but they just like to keep me in the dark so that they can feel powerful. But that makes them blind, which then actually says they know nothing, If you think you can see inside of me, but you are like obese and stressed and out of balance, then maybe you should have focused more on looking inside of you. So I see things just by observing how other people behave. And that is basically what has liberated me, by simply observing and then realizing how everybody plays like mind games with each other. Only most people, they just try to screw each other. While I'm working towards life. You know, I'm building life. I'm focused on creation, but a lot of people are focused on destruction. Now, why that is the case, it's just because they're idiots, right? And they never learn to deal with their imbalances. But if you tell them, they also don't want to. And I think that's basically the point. And then you realize suddenly you learn to hone your mind, but other people's minds aren't honed yet. And then you walk around and then you get angry that everybody's so stuck. But yeah, so how would you guide them? Because if they can get rid of you, right, then you're gone. So you have to somehow stick around. This is like talking about family. And then just place yourself in the middle and then they just see what you can do without doing what they think you should do. You just do what you think is necessary. So there's a birthday, you help cleaning. You see it's getting dirty, so you start cleaning. And that's what you can do. You can clean and hold the meditative space, right? Make it a safe experience for children. Always have the child in the room. And there are grandfathers and grandmothers that have weird behaviors towards children. And even parents that use the life energy of their child to feed themselves because they're too selfish and too afraid to actually do something. Anyway, this is strange. A strange phase of my own life because I see so many things and I'm trying to deal with them, but it's, you know, beyond anything I have ever heard others talk about, because there are so many factors that play into this, right? So Ram Dass rarely talked about sugar, right, and what sugar does to you. He talked about what he found in India, but he also kind of tried to escape from his old self. Well, it bit him in the back, right? He tried to run away from his shadow, and his shadow, you know, came back. Something like this, I don't really know, man. But I'm right in the middle. But if you know how to dissociate, you know, then 200 meters can be as far away as, you know, the whole continent. All you need to do is learn how to meditate, learn how to dissociate, and you go to a birthday party and it seems all, you know, awfully like a bit too much, and then you go back and then you just do whatever you do, you dissociate, and suddenly there's like a huge gap again. There's a lot of distance again. And that may be weird to people because they always feel like I'm just gone. And that's then how I just move on, right? I just let go and then I push through. You see. But how much you can do and how often and how long depends on you. I cannot fully say what other people feel or think, because sometimes I feel a lot of things and most of them are actually never me, because I know how to let go. But some people, they just hold on. And I don't want to hold on, so I'm just gonna let go by doing this. Because it's one of the methods, right? Diet, cooking, taking your time. I cannot say. I have this one feeling that if I do eat meat, I'm probably going to mostly prepare it myself. And then I'm gonna buy beef the way I want it, and that's then it. Right, occasionally fish, but I do realize that if I cook, it's better. If if I cook the stuff, it has a better energy. It goes towards healing, while I've met a lot of people that cook things that actually are meant to disturb. So yeah, but I also have to make experiences. Because if I know I feel good now and then I say, okay, I want to eat meat again, then I also have to observe how I will feel then. And if I still feel the same and I can still do the same things, but there's always a part in me that thinks, hey, I could eat meat. But whether I could or I should is always entirely up to me. So I like drinking coffee also from a jar. And this is coffee cream. Because fat is, in a way, right, is energy. This goes into the direction of ketogenic. Oh wow, what is it smelling like?
Oh, it smells like tea. Oh, isn't that right? So you go where you wanted to go. And you do what you wanted to do. And you know what you never thought you knew. Until you realize that you actually don't know anything. But I know what I can do in the moment, because in the moment you see what is there. And when you see what is there, you can react to it. But if nothing is here, then I have to react to the emptiness. And if I react to the emptiness, then I can fill empty space with myself. And myself is sometimes a singing, and sometimes I sit and I dwell.
Hey, what was that?
And then you react to the clinging by whatever you think that is best.
I react to the clinging. Poor people, they climb on my back. They say, Christopher, fully charge ahead. And I'm like, no man, get off, walk yourself.
But I cannot because I'm so weak. Make me happy now, make me squeak.
I'm like,
no, you have to go hiking now, little girl, because you're too weak. It's like, but I don't want to hike, I want to watch a movie.
It's like,
no, go hiking. Go hiking. Do your climbing. Do your cleansing. Do your suffering.
time to get tough now, people. Time to get tough now. Anorganic sulfur is cleansing my stuff. I'm getting rid of emotions by eating anorganic sulfur. Isn't that crazy? Because if it's too much to transcend, then you have to make an end with sugar. With the sugar. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid doing the Alice in Wonderland audiobook. So I have to see. I'm also stuck on this feeling, I want to smoke a joint. But I think it would be a bad choice. Because if you realize that smoking is bad, then why would you still smoke? And then you tell people, here, look at these images, and they're like, no, that cannot be true, because I look so cool when I smoke. No, you look like an idiot. Actually, smoking is such a waste of time. And when you know this, then how can you continue? Because it's hidden deep inside. And I like the evil eye. People think they can get power. But how do you get power from smoking if all your meridians are blocked? Because, power means flow. Energy needs to flow. And if you're all blocked because you're smoking, then you may have the feeling of being powerful, but you're actually weak.
You're actually super weak. You're super weak. You're super weak. You're super weak.
And then I'll make you squeak and squeal just by telling you the truth, which is you're super weak. I don't have to say anything, I just have to be there, and you'll know it. And you're gonna hate it. Well, then you either need to change it, or you stay the way you are. And that's what most people have chosen. And that's their problem. Well, time to let go then. Of anyone and everyone who thinks they are above. Because above is only something else, which cannot be named or spoken.
Now let's drink the coffee and then make some art.